we don't appreciate that as African American people. Her facts was correct. Her analysis and her audience was wrong, and we didn't fuck with it. But she was reminded that she was black when she lost her job at Turning Point USA because she could talk shit about every group but one, right? And she learned that the hard way. And that's what I mean by being situated. This is going to be in standard English. Being situated in the country, being a part of a faction that's not of privilege. When you realize that, that's when she started to switch her stance and do more stories that was more related to the black community.
Well, but
And
she
it's really
was not
interesting.
from Turning Point. I thought she got fired from Engineering Group. It's not Turning
She
Point.
got fired from Daily Wire, and she got fired because she was already saying things that they didn't like. They
She
fired
was
her.
not
You're
fired
right.
from
My,
Turning
my
Point.
bad. I said the wrong. I said the wrong.
But she was fired because she was already speaking out against saying things that they didn't like, not the other way around. She didn't start saying things they didn't like after she got fired.
No,
She
she,
said
yeah,
things
I
they
was
didn't like.
watching her
That's
every
why she
day.
got fired.
Yeah, I was watching her every day. I remember when she got fired. She started to educate the trades and we say conspiracy theories, but they quote unquote conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember that. And at the time, Kanye was going through the same
You know
thing.
why
She
she
spoke
did
about
that?
that. She spoke about Michael Jackson and how these same people were involved in Michael Jackson's downfall. These same people are involved in Diddy's downfall. These same people are involved in Sexy Red's rising. So she
Are
spoke
we
about
talking about
that.
Charlie Kirk or slut rap?
So when it comes down to it,
Go
when
ahead,
it
Mom.
comes down to
Go
it,
ahead,
that's
Mom.
why
Go ahead, Mom.
that's where her opinion changed, and that's where black people started to get aligned. Now I'm gonna say this one.
She's been pretty consistent, so I don't know that her.
Yeah, Michael, can you
Yeah.
chill out? Michael, can you
Well, her
chill out?
content is changing, and she
Kinda
stopped
moving like
chucking
you
and
have
driving in front of y'all. But I'm gonna say this
Watch your
last
mouth.
thing. I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna be done, right? So it comes down to it. If y'all ever seen Boondocks, on Boondocks there was an Uncle Ruckus. Regardless of all the fuck shit Uncle Ruckus did, he was still a part of the black community because at the same time, where the fuck is he gonna go? Who is going to accept him for who he is and let him do his thing? You know, he did some fucked up shit, but he's still one of us, a part of the community, as you see in the cartoon, and that's why he's displayed like that. Even though he left the black kids in the prison with the booty warrior and freed all the white children, he's still a black man, a part of our community. So that's how I feel about Candace Owens. She is our coon. She's a coon, but she's our coon. So,
Called having getting the nigga moments, which I think what you're talking about,
Oh,
right?
slurs in this call.
she's a coon, but she's our coon. And she's
But
going to
she
stay
started
up
going.
here with
She started going where the way before any of this happened.
even if she forgot she was black, we remembered she was black. And we took satisfaction in them reminding her.
Yeah,
We took satisfaction in them reminding her.
watch
And now
her testimony in front of the Senate or you know, uh, I think it was the Senate she testified in front of. She never forgot she was black, ever. You just decided you liked her now. That's all it was. So don't take credit for her suddenly remembering she was black.
She's
And I'll say this.
I've always
I
felt like
think-
this was my coon.
I think
Like, what are you talking about?
when I listen to what she's saying now
And
on Charlie Kirk, I think what it is black people have just found another person that they can use to justify their hatred of white people. We see it for it is. We're not buying into the bullshit, and we know what you're doing. Thank you very much.
See, I've always liked Candace Owens. I just didn't appreciate the fact that she was shucking and jiving in front of y'all. But I understand post-traumatic slave syndrome, and a lot of black people have it. And I pray for her. And they reminded her and they humbled her.
Yeah, nobody here has ever owned slaves, and nobody
I'm talking about being a descendant of slaves.
picked
That doesn't
cotton.
count. That's not a
My
thing.
great, I'm talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome, like after.
Alright, so then if that doesn't
Like
count, the
aligning
Holocaust
with
doesn't count either.
Like after slavery, aligning with your
So they've been slapping us with the Holocaust for the last since the 60s. So
DJ,
so
I
if
fully
slavery
agree
doesn't
with
count, the
How about we
Holocaust
talk one at a time?
doesn't
How about we talk one at a time? How about we talk one at a time? How about we talk one at a time?
First down,
DJ, I agree
Why don't we
with
talk one at a
So
time?
Alan, the Armenian genocide.
I agree.
Alan, every fucking year over this Armenian genocide. Y'all should stop doing that.
Understand this and like move on. Stop drinking
So,
Kitover.
Allie, you agree that they
I cannot have her.
remembering the Armenian
I didn't say they can't remember it. I didn't say they can't
Dennis, I
remember
was
it.
never yours to begin with. And she's realizing that.
DJ, you're gonna find, I didn't say they can't remember it. That's something different. But we won't talk, we don't need to talk about that now. The mods, whom I respect.
Oh yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Yeah.
You want me to?
No.
Remembering it is one thing, using it as an excuse
Oh, by the way, you didn't
try
answer
and
my
get money
question.
from the government.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with, what's his face? Alan, like, I do think that this constant guilting, dude, Americans had nothing to do with the Holocaust. Like, just shut the fuck up about it. Do your little remembrance stuff, but do not try
That's
to
just what I was
influence
saying.
us based on it.
What is this room about?
Okay, so Shaw said you had a comment about constitutional issues.
Why are people moderating from the fucking audience? Or like, just shut the fuck up, you faggots.
No, sure.
No need for slurs.
I just think Charlie Murray.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey! He got what he deserved.
No, I'm gonna.
I don't.
That's the hate out.
Sean, like, what did he do, Sean, to hurt your feelings?
First off, I think you're a hot mic, just let you know. So yeah, no, sorry.
He spoke on the woman like he felt if a woman get raped, they should still have to date. And they should not be aborted.
You shouldn't get rid of a life.
He was pro-life, yeah. Because here's the thing, when you're pro-life like that, and a woman is raped, there's other ways that they can have the
Yeah, but
baby,
the
like
thing is, he didn't say that, Ty. He didn't, so.
Yes, he fucking
So
did.
Yes, he did,
I'm
Em.
not done.
he didn't. But
So he
he was,
said
yes,
what?
he did, he took it out of context, is
He
what he did
said-
for a point.
Right. He said that I believe that children are a gift from God.
They are.
That's
They are.
Okay, so whether it be from, okay.
I'll tell you exactly what he said, I know what he said.
Ultrasound, hold on, there's an ultrasound with a baby that's been, from, like, rape. There's just a married couple, ultrasound. Which one is which? You able to tell?
No,
Which one's
because
the
they're all
rape
babies.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the point. They shouldn't.
But is the mother gonna love that baby?
He said, as a society, we need to stop normalizing death with more death. Why should a baby be punished after a gruesome incident like that? That baby is the light that comes from it, from God.
True. That's
And if
true.
you had faith in God, then you would understand that God gave you that baby for a reason.
Yes.
Y'all only feel like that because of 2054. That's the only thing y'all feel like.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I
Yes.
don't.
You're just mumbling.
Nobody knows about 2054.
No, so I don't even know why you would say.
Explain it. So you get
Does any African American people know about 2054?
Why do you like?
Y'all don't
that? No, why do you want to?
Well,
why do you have to be racist?
Why do you like to swallow babies, Ann?
Yes.
Swallow babies? I've never done.
No.
I know about 2054, but the white people. Okay, so 2054 is when on trajectory, y'all will never mind.
Nobody's fucking you. Go ahead.
Speak up. No, speak up.
I'm scared. I need
Talking about the family white
I need
birthday.
support.
Talking about the birthday.
I'm scared.
Okay, that's what he's scrambling. That's what he's scrambling.
That's why I'm scared because they don't know. I thought they all did. I thought they knew about.
Hey, they'll find out. Let them do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I think he's trying to say 2025.
No,
by the way,
It's not a
folks,
thing, but that's a.
20.
Maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about.
by the way, folks,
Let them figure it out.
pregnancies resulting from rape are an extreme small percentage of those pregnancies. And out of those, 50% of the women who get pregnant from rape decide on their own, using their own decision making and their own agency decide to keep the children. So this whole issue of abortion with rape, it's extremely an extreme small percentage of all
Well, and I
abortions.
forgot who said it. Someone like enlighten me, but women who were getting raped if they kept their ass in the kitchen making sandwiches.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, here's the thing, is they claim that they're anti-rape, but then get pissed when Trump deports rapists and criminals.
Hey, can I ask something real quick?
That's absolutely the important American citizen.
He's not supporting America.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, why not?
Hey,
Because his sermon's about Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
hey,
You put
to
that
Alan. Hey, to Alan right there. Hey, Alan, I gotta agree with what you're saying, bro.
but you just had a.
Will you shut the fuck up, Michael? Somebody else was speaking, bitch.
They were talking
But
about.
I was already talking. Why?
No, we were talking about.
We kick this faggot to the goo. He interrupts everybody.
No, I don't.
A debate that Charlie Kirk had about abortion and his thoughts on it. So that's why we were just talking about that.
Shut up.
Hey, get Michael off stage,
And I applaud.
quick.
Hey, to Alan. I got a response what Alan said. What you said, hey, Alan, what you said was very true. It is a very, very small percentage of that. It really is. But the thing about this is that when you abort a child, I'm sorry, it's murder. It's murder. It's wrong. It's disgusting. Horrible. If y'all look on the internet and see what they do to these babies when they having to abort them, you'll feel a certain way about that. Conception don't start when the baby's born. It's when it's in the stomach. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you get an ultrasound, a woman and we did this in the school, and they had came up and they did a ultrasound of a lady's stomach, and guess what? She was barely what 3 months pregnant. So guess what that ultrasound picked up? A separate heartbeat. So you mean tell me that's not a life? That's a life, and it's murder. I'm sorry, it is murder.
Not to mention, you kill a pregnant woman, it's double homicide.
Yeah.
That's all true. I wasn't saying that to justify the abortions. I was saying it to point out that people make a big deal about that argument, and in fact, the reality is it's a small percentage of all abortions. I'm not defending abortions at all.
Well, right,
So-
just because they're grasping at straws, you know, for any reason, try and justify the reason why they don't want to admit that they are just out slutting around and sleeping with every guy that, you know, works with them. Instead of like
Are you
burning
trying to
down,
talk about the black people?
I'm not done. What? And like instead of like owning that, taking accountability, they have to justify why it's okay to use abortion as a contraceptive. But to my grander point, is there anyone on stage that disagrees with me that all children are a gift from God?
Not every single one. Not everyone. You are a gift from God. It really is.
Yes, I love that statement. I love that statement.
I'm just trying to frame the culture in a way.
But not every.
Anyone that disagrees with that? Oh, perfect. So the abortion talk is over.
Yeah.
I want to put this out here. There was a dude come up here and said that something about is this talking about black women and this about the abortions. Well, I got to say this, bro. Whoever said that since the year 1970, and don't get mad at me, you can do the facts. Since the year 1970, black women have aborted over 1 million babies since 1970.
Stupid. Like any kind of abortion, I don't care what color you are. It's wrong. In my opinion, okay?
I agree with you, Ann. I agree with you.
Percentages, like on something like that, you're just trying to be divisive and it's not helpful.
Hey, well, I'm black.
I don't care what that means to me. What does that mean?
I guarantee you don't know how to.
But what I'm saying, the reason I said this, the wrong reason I have said this is that when you look at the stats and look at the data on it, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Children,
that's huge.
The kids are not ours to begin with in a way they can love for one. You know, it's our purpose on this earth to raise children in the best way possible and follow the guidelines that was set before them and set before us. We have no right to take these children's life like that. That's his right. If he's gonna decide to take that children's life, that's his will, not ours. We need to stop trying to play God for one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
You know what I'm really upset about is people running all the red lights. You know, when you stop at a red light, you gotta stop.
We're not talking about street laws, buddy. We're talking about different shit.
And which party wants to,
How you know those abortions is not the will of God?
yeah, and which party wants to?
Are you saying the will of God is carrying a baby murdering children? That's crazy. You know, abortion makes
Did God not?
You know, but you guys are missing the obvious thing. Now, imagine if all of these, how many babies were murdered by, murdered by their mothers or aborted? How many black babies? Over 30 million. Can you imagine this country if it had 30 million more black people in it, and all how much more violent our country would be, and all how much higher a murder rate would be?
No!
That's the point. You said that. I respect you.
No!
When you guys use it, I've researched the data. Okay, we all know that data can be skewed to display a certain narrative, right?
Yes.
So like, okay, right. So when people say these things, I'm like, are you suffering from cognitive dissonance? Are you alright? Are we trusting? What reliable data is there? Please enlighten me.
They're healthcare providers. They have to keep track of the number of fucking aborted providers.
Yeah, the same healthcare providers that were saying the amount of COVID deaths and wouldn't say the amount of people that have died.
Well, it's pretty black and white. You either gave someone an abortion or you didn't. It's not guessing the cause of death. It's literally white thing.
That's also true. The thing is, Josh fell right into the trap. You know how many people in this room want this to fall into a black conversation with other black people? Josh,
I'm not a part of that.
He took the bait, and let's get back on.
That's not what I'm saying. I ain't trying to make no black and white.
Don't even go that way. We got the pink pill in here. If the pink pill start getting off her agenda, it's gonna be sad day.
Listen what I'm saying.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, and which party wants?
I'm gonna address Arthur real quick.
Hold on a sec. Which party wants people to keep their babies, and which party wants people to kill more babies?
I want people. That's a demographic.
Let me try and figure that out. You know,
But you have to look up the data, Ellen. Go look up the data first.
It's a demographic problem, not a moral problem.
yeah, you know,
Which party is having more babies? The party that's telling people that she have choice. The party that's having the least amount of babies is telling people to keep their babies. It's literally clear. It's clear.
Now, hey, so what Othello said, no, I ain't making no black or white, nothing. I'm just saying what the other guy said something about being black people. That's why I brought that book. So don't throw me in that fire like that. I ain't making no black and white, nothing. I'm just stating things.
Well, you're stating the data that you researched.
Well, I mean, when you have an abortion, like the baby hasn't been born yet, it hasn't had an opportunity to sin, so wouldn't it go straight to heaven?
Well, it depends if you're Catholic. I think they ban some kind of purgatory where they have to purge their unseemly sins before they go to heaven.
See, when you start asking questions like that, that's how you know all that shit is bullshit.
So wait, you're saying that heaven, there's a bunch of black babies up there?
No, they're in purgatory. We're Catholic.
Okay.
They get a bottle of grape and they get mashed chicken wings.
Black people like their chicken wings fried.
Don't ever say that again. Don't say that.
Black people like their chicken wings fried hard. I don't.
You don't have to say black people. A lot of people like fried chicken.
Let me give y'all a tip. You can bake chicken for 4 hours and it won't dry out. So just
White babies get mayonnaise sandwiches.
And when you go to heaven, there's 40 virgins. That's right.
Hey, don't say too much. Only you done that.
That's
You
why
made that.
Shaheed came in and had great
It's Othello. You did that shit.
I thought I had public school education. I can't.
Y'all never read the book about Othello?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
That's apparently you should have read it in high school.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of it. I didn't do it, so.
But the main thing is, man,
I dropped out.
it's not right to take a hadn't even started to even develop. I mean, it's not cool. That's the whole point.
And do you guys know that when Charlie's life was taken, because one 3-year-old was sitting right there in front of us. Like, that's what they will remember that.
That's truly sad.
No, it is, and like a bunch of there was all age essentially. Because even like Trump rallies or any events, like, we always bring our kids. I just brought me and my daughter went to a visual that was for Charlie by my house. And like we all bring our kids. So like, what do you guys got? Do you think that is awful?
Don't ever bring your daughter.
I think it's crazy that y'all bring up kids. When it comes down to black radicals, we don't black
Why do you
radicals
keep
like
going
our
to
kids
race?
on
We're
our
talking
kids.
about Philly Kirk.
Those spaces are not for children. Like honestly, in my space where I'm at as a black radical, in the protests that I've been to, things that I've done, a lot of times it does get violent, and police show up and they start shooting at people. So I don't.
No, they
it's
don't.
crazy that y'all. No, I'm in doubt this. Like I'm saying, like the kind of the radical side of the protest. Like I'm in Dallas, Texas. So that's what I'm saying. So it's crazy that y'all think that these politically charged spaces where they're talking like very radically that would piss people off. Y'all are so safe enough to bring all children. Stop doing it.
Why don't we always have the center the black experience and mixed race conversation?
Because I'm just giving y'all some game because it's been happening for in our spaces. Stop bringing y'all kids. It's dangerous right now. Yeah, it's dangerous. Stop bringing y'all kids.
I'm trying to say black.
It is dangerous right now. Stop bringing y'all kids. Don't do that. Leave your kids in the safety of the house.
Looking out for white people.
How about this?
It's too dangerous.
I'm gonna talk about Charlie.
We need to raise our kids. I'm telling you, it's too dangerous.
How about we talk about what the clubhouse is for?
Hold on.
It's about Charlie Clerk.
Don't bring your kids up. Don't bring your kids to
And
a rally.
you were talking, go ahead. Let's get back on track a little bit. Go ahead, Ann. What were you gonna say?
Please.
Ann?
That me and my daughter should stop going to mass.
You can go. Don't bring your kid.
So I should bring my daughter to mass.
Keep your kid full.
Hey, stop interrupting her, please.
Okay.
Well, she keeps the railing.
Do a vigil where we're praying and worshiping God. So you don't think I should bring my daughter to that? That would mean that I shouldn't bring my daughter to mass. Got it.
No, don't bring her to anything regarding a political it's divisive as hell. That's what it's talking about. Not about Jesus. It's about Charlie Kirk is not Jesus. I want y'all to know that.
Matt, and let's
There's a big difference.
because you know what? We're all being.
No, there's a big
Nobody
difference.
said that.
Hold on, Alan, hold on, you guys, hold on.
Charlie Kirk with the.
The next person that interrupts Matt, you're going
Yeah,
to.
I'm holding, talking over people. Doug, man, there's a big difference between BLM protests and going to a visual. You do know the difference, right?
I can't tell no more, honestly. I look what the fuck
That's because your vigils always turn into riots.
What the fuck just happened? Well, that's different than y'all visuals. Y'all
All
should have been fucking snipers. Y'all
All
should
right.
have been trained snipers.
Y'all don't know the meaning of the word vigil. That's the main problem.
Please,
Right.
y'all children, y'all already don't have enough. Come on now.
The fact that you're saying that,
Vigil
that's
doesn't
what you're
mean
saying.
Protect the kids, please.
and weed smoking.
I want y'all to get past 25.
This isn't fair.
I want y'all to make it past 45. I'm telling y'all that it's getting down to
Okay. So if we break down everything that she had said, she did admit to being a radical, progressive always on the side.
No, black.
I'm not, no, So she said that she was progressive,
Black.
radical side of things. And now she's saying, y'all shouldn't be bringing your kids, it's dangerous. Well, is there, I mean, why would it be dangerous? Why would it be dangerous? What do you know that I don't?
She's not progressive. I've known Harriet for years. She's not progressive.
I'm
For fuck's
Listen,
sake.
I've known her longer than you.
That's
and I'm
different.
following her. I don't know what she's doing in this room, but she's doing something different that I wouldn't have followed her if this is what she was about.
Well, because I know how to have conversations with people that are respectful.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
but
right,
I'm not
yeah, but you
stand
don't know
alone.
when to stop talking. We need to talk about Charlie Kirk. Let's stop talking, let's stop playing defense. How about this? Charlie Kirk echoed the sentiments and gave white people, especially, a voice in the country, and gave them a voice that they haven't heard in a long time. He spoke about Christian values. He spoke about having conversations with people you don't agree with. He made white people feel good about themselves in a climate where white people, and especially white men, have been demonized in every area of the culture. You can't watch a TV commercial where a straight white man is ridiculed and it's always the mother and the kids who are the smart ones. Or a TV show where the straight white man is not the buffoon of the family, is made fun of.
Goddamn
You can't
Jews!
find it anywhere. And Charlie Kirk was a positive role model, and the reason why he's getting all this hate, regardless of what he said or didn't say, is because they know he was, and they're happy he was shot, and they are fearful of the fact that, yeah, white people, if they awake the sleeping giant, there's going to be hell to pay. Well, the giant is awake. We're not going to buy all of these bullshit arguments and be scared because we are now
White fucking power.
Sit down and it has nothing to do with white power.
White fucking power.
That's helpful,
But
okay?
white
Real helpful.
White
Did one
guilt
get killed.
is over, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to make us sit there and cower because you as a black person were oppressed for 400 years. You're not going to get us to give you money because you were oppressed for 400 years. It just ain't gonna work anymore.
I have a question.
So let's talk about
Let's
all
stick
the
to
positive things Charlie Kirk did for white people.
Wait.
And if you don't like that conversation, you can leave.
I have a question,
That's
Alan.
my suggestion for the room.
Nobody is not liking it. Everybody is enjoying the
He
conversation.
made white babies with his Aryan wife.
Alan, I have a question. I have a question for
If
Alan.
his wife wasn't in America, that's some good blood in there.
I have one question. I just have one question. Because you gave yourself away.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
No, make,
Hold on.
talk about
Let's have a new voice too. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna do a quick time out. I just needed like a moment of silence.
I just want to address that real quick.
Lunch.
Yeah, I just want to address Alan real quick. It was two things.
We'll get you guys
Two
back.
things.
Wait, who is that?
I think that's Joshua.
Joshua, with anything like graceful, like can we just not graceful? It's cool.
It's not dealing with nothing like that. You know, it was just I just want to have a discussion with Alan. It was nothing like that. It was just two things I was gonna say, especially about the Black Lives Matter. I don't like the Black Lives Matter. It was fun about two lesbian girls who benefited off of black death. That's all they did.
Oh, you're taking the bait again, Josh. You're taking the bait.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the funeral now. It started.
Yo,
Who's watching the funeral?
We can do the after party.
Yo, Matt, can you go back to single mom? Matt, can you go back to single mom so we can
Please,
have
please, hold on.
a
Please, hold on.
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on.
That's wonderful.
Alan, it'd be your own people, Alan. Look how they did.
Hey, Alan. So this is what I wanted to ask Alan. So Alan, you said Charlie Kirk gave a platform for white people to do this and do that. You know, you shouldn't be able right to give black people reparations for all this. Cool, fine, understand that. You know, that's straight. But you also got to take into consideration that when Chinese people come over to this country, they get something called Chinatown. When Arabs come over to this country, they get every store on the block. You know what I'm saying? So we well, Adam, what you gotta understand is white people and they ain't being racist or nothing because somebody say I always following you know what I'm saying?
Hello?
We got Bubba Shrimp, we got Shrimp,
We're going in the street, you might wanna not, like, if you don't wanna be part of that, that's fine, you can leave. But, we're gonna listen to a little bit of it, and then we can have a conversation later, but yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
Matt, can you, turn the link so that they can watch it too if they want?
Didn't hear you, what's that?
She was just saying that you can.
It's on YouTube, it's on X, it's all over the internet, it's everywhere.
Okay, good.
Okay, I was just repeating what she said.
Is the computer on? Right?
Did you try reboot?
Stop.
Why are we being like that? Stop it.
Where's that? We're streaming. Go on. Everyone go on mute.
And is it the keynote speakers or no? Or is it just the normal, like, where are we at?
Yeah, no, so they're walking in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them.
And can you mute your audio though? Cause I can't even hear my TV.
I'm streaming it.
Yeah, we're all watching it. You're going over everybody's audio.
No, that's why we're doing this room. Matt wanted me to stream it. Thank you.
You can't play the copyrighted music on here, so let's listen to something else.
I have a question. How are you? Yes.
Wait a minute, do I see black people? Why would you say that?
Okay. So let me just relax for a second. I want to ask, on October 7th, was it Palestinians entering their homeland?
That's any apparent like some kind of like Serbian correspondence.
Depends on when you started.
Obvious legal expert who has like. Yeah, October 7th began at by secular times, it would be at midnight that October 7th began.
Clearly.
If we're talking about October 7th, we can talk about Jabotinsky and the Zionist movement as well, right? Let's talk about it.
I mean,
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with
That was
anything?
That's your version of October 7th.
No, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You want to eradicate the Palestinians and kick them out of their land? Yeah, that's the same kind of concept.
Irrelevant.
It's not. You're acting like you guys have never thought that about the Palestinians. Shut the fuck up.
Never ever. No interest whatsoever.
Please stop projecting. The problem is right there in your faces. I'm not sure why it's like all the gaslighting. The Palestinian, you kind of try to whitewash it as resistance and, you know, and like the right of return and free Palestine. But we all know the truth. This armed resistance and the existence of Israel actually translates to terror attacks. And all those checkpoints and all those blockades, they happen
reason, because if you go back in time, I don't know, 30, 40 years, you could walk from any city in Judea and Samaria to Gaza and to Tel Aviv and go to the market and go back and move around and there was nothing. But then Intifada 1, checkpoint, Intifada 2, and Hamas vowing to destroy Israel, so blockade. The truth is that the Palestinian movement from the river to the sea is about the eradication of Israel. It's not about freedom of movement. No, there is no freedom of movement for terrorists. And there is no freedom of movement if you want to go and blow up shit. You want to be treated as like human being, like with rights, then act like it.
If you think
Do it, and internally in your own society, and you need to eradicate this ideology of sacrificing children to martyrdom and for the blood of Palestinians to liberate it. Like, enough. We hear it from the river to the sea. We hear it from the river to the sea. Palestine will be Arabic. And we know that Palestine was also Transjordan. And we know that Judea and Samaria was the name until the British came, and the West Bank is a colonial name. We know because history is there. Just open a book. The fact is that the Palestinian identity is a political identity, not a national identity. And that is the problem. There are Arabs from all kinds of places.
Yeah, same with the Jews and all kinds of places. What are you talking about?
The Jews are also an ethnic group like the Arabs, but the Palestinians is a national political ideology. It's not a national identity. It was created to basically move out the Jews because they believe it's Arab land, okay? That the entire land is Arab land. This is what they want to liberate it from. Just the West is like, they kind of package it in like humanitarian values and like human values and freedoms and like freedom of movement. No, but it's a checkpoint for a reason, and we don't want to have checkpoints. Unfortunately, they are needed.
Don't waste your time with Sam. He's a weak little girl like a bum.
Very
To get high from dopamine.
Daniel, you had a question.
Real dope.
I'm not sure if you got the chance to ask.
Yeah, the question was if you believe that on 7th of October those were basically Palestinians like having the right of return and going back to their homeland because it's their land and they just went into their land.
No, I believe that the group of militants that conducted that attack conducted an illegal and an immoral.
No, so let's be honest. It wasn't only people being attended, it was 6,000 people. About 2,000 of them were like Nukhba terrorists. The rest were PIJ and others, but about half of them, 3,000, were what you would call ordinary civilians. That just went into whatever.
I can't be more.
6,000 people. 6,000 people running through. Me, my friend, taking a cab in a group of guys.
Okay, you seem
No, the fact is a matter, okay? Because if you try to minimize what happened and you don't realize
Minimize what?
technology, that it's not a mindset of a few people, of like a group of people.
Daniel, like, just chill, bro.
From where?
You're getting so
People who are where?
We're a group.
You're trying to control your
Nationalities, where?
Daniel, like, what is with your, like, do I have the freedom to use a reasonable
Okay,
word?
I will sing a song to be free, okay?
6,000. 6,000 is a group of people. Relax, man.
No, it's not a group of people.
I didn't
No, but it's not. He's trying to point out, guys, it's not
be
just a
honest,
group of
okay?
people, guys.
There's 6,000 people.
Daniel, why are you so delicate with words today?
Well, because words matter. Because if you try to manipulate, and I catch you, and you were talking to Devin before. Let's be accurate.
You
don't run away from the truth.
We started doing the same by saying, was it then Riot would go back to that own Riot returned? You tried to manipulate words as well, Daniel, so I don't know what you're
No, I did not. I did not. Words matter, and listen, the fact is that if you need to manipulate the truth, it's because the truth is not on your side, alright?
Daniel, Daniel, you're smarter than this. You don't have to kind of jump on a word and get all wound up.
No, you're the one jumping on the word because
innocent
that's how
use of the word group.
the Yeah, that's how you.
The racist is doing everyone, the racist and
Listen, right now, a group of soldiers is conducting some activity in Gaza. I don't know what you're crying about. It's just a group of soldiers.
It is a group of soldiers, yeah.
Yes, okay, so a group of soldiers is armed in Gaza. Okay.
I think
And
that.
a group of protesters went on the streets and like, no, everything is really
Let me
minimized.
tell you what I think what's driving your motivation.
Here we go, another tangent.
I'm telling you, you don't need to analyze. I'm telling you one word. I'm telling you one word.
He's gonna analyze everything.
I would like to analyze it. I would like the freedom to analyze it.
Don't, I'm not interested. I will tell you.
I think
Listen, you're not in a position to read it.
uncomfortable.
Analyze it in the form of trolling.
I think that
Like trolling, like analyzing.
comfortable.
Shape she's a sweetie. I don't care for your opinion.
I was
I care for
condemning
truth.
Hamas.
I care for truth, okay?
The fact of the matter is, on October 7th, Israel was invaded,
They're gonna be safe.
You wanted a bad guy to debate.
and the hostages are still being held.
You wanted.
What are you talking about?
I
And
think
that
Daniel,
invasion has to
you
be
asked me a
held.
question.
Hold on, everybody. I'm not sure why
Compelling that
Hold
invasion.
on, everybody. Guys,
Hostages.
can everybody hold on?
Okay. I think, Daniel, you were uncomfortable with the fact that I condemned Hamas. You didn't like that because you wanted to be able to debate a different point that you hope I made. So I just used very innocently, without any malice, the word group. And you just completely ignored the fact that I completely condemned Hamas. I don't know why you just ignored that. The only rational explanation is you wanted to kind of villainize my point.
No, the truth is that you said a group of militants, which is, one, not true. Second, minimizing. I wanted to correct, maybe to educate you. I don't want to say that you did it on purpose. Maybe you just didn't know. And if not for you, for the others that are listening, it wasn't a group of militants. It was 6,000 Gazans that went in. About 2,000 of them were Nukhba terrorists. The other were from other groups like PIJ. But about half of them, 3,000, were unarmed, innocent civilians that just went in and also took hostages and stole and like destroyed shit. So not a group of militants, but a portion of the Gaza population that participated in it, later on chilled on it, and until now are harboring our hostages. Not a group of Hamas. It's not Hamas. It's not.
There's no clear dividing line between Hamas and other Palestinians.
Okay.
Yes, also in the reporting they don't differentiate between Hamas and not Hamas.
Okay.
Everything is the same.
That's why I say it's the blind leading the blind, and if they wake up to that reality.
But you using the word militancy is actually correct. If these people actually Googled it, they would come up with Hamas all over fucking Google. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the topic's so sensitive, but I respect.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, but they try to make you seem like you're wrong, but then if they actually do their research themselves, they actually realize they're wrong.
What are you talking about?
You don't
Just
understand why the topic is so
Militant group,
sensitive.
and they literally are a militant group. They was Al Qaeda militant group.
What's that over that? People's lives are at stake, and you're talking about you don't know why it's so sensitive.
No, I don't know why the use of the word group.
So what you see, now Teddy explained exactly why it's needed. Teddy believes that it was actually just a group of militants that went into Israel on 7th of October, as you try to show, but that is not the reality on the ground.
Okay,
Again, it was thousands of people
Okay, a group
from different
of
militant groups
militants
and also
and civilians.
civilians that have been
Okay,
radicalized by an ideology. You remember at the beginning of the war, you guys told us you cannot defeat Hamas. Hamas is an ideology. You cannot defeat an ideology, right? Hamas is an ideology.
a group of radicalized citizens and even ordinary citizens
at militants across October 7th. I don't understand why the word of group has charged you so much. Now,
No, I didn't charge me. I just want to, again, I explained 3 times. I'm not sure. I guess I agree with you. You have some right to find us.
Thank you.
Truth is important, facts are important, and nuances are important. People don't know this. And the definition for us, and they actually think that I'm wrong, you see? So this is why it's important. No, so this is why it's important for people like Daniel, for you.
Me and Shape are both wrong.
Shape, okay, hold on. Shape, do you also believe that it was only Hamas that went into Israel on 7th October? Because now he's saying yes, and Teddy says that you agree with him. So please correct Teddy. That's not correct, and he's wrong.
I believe that there were others, such as the groups that you've named, that also crossed the line. That also crossed the border.
And they would all be covered within one militant group.
I pointed out one group.
Whose report did you read about
I
7th October? Whose report?
pointed out one group, and you've correctly added that there were other groups that crossed.
Yes, and then Teddy is still arguing. No, but Teddy is still arguing with you now that it was just Hamas, the military group that went in.
Teddy's being charitable because he's picking up that this is not really a material thing to debate. You've added more.
It's very important. It's very important. It's a very important distinction to understand.
Now look up the definition of militant, and then they were all grouped together, and they were all acting as a militant group. Dum.
Okay, I'll Daniel, for the sake of the argument, and actually just even authentic.
I will tell you why it's important. I agree with the big picture.
Daniel, I agree with you. So what's the next question?
The question is whether to use the term Hamas or to use the term Palestinians.
When referring
Did Hamas invade Israel or did Palestinians invade Israel?
Fire. She dances fire.
Anyone should just go on your Twitter page. You fucking so works and shit for that.
Excuse me?
Repeat.
What are you saying? Go ahead, continue.
Devin, yeah, I'll explain. He's pointing out your very troubling racist posts around random stuff like
they're not racist.
Black people dancing in Japan seems to bother you. I mean,
so what about it?
That seems to be a tangent.
So you want to
I don't know why.
You refer to black people as pests.
Yes, I have.
I didn't really want to
You're taking something out of context, and you're trying to.
Hold on. A racist says racist things.
What?
I'll repeat it. A racist says
racist.
Yeah, I believe, Devin, that you are racist, and
no, I'm not.
Yeah,
but that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. You're the racist opinion.
This is par for the course.
You mentioned the color of someone's skin, and then you say the word pet in the same sentence. You are a fucking racist.
Well, actually,
okay, you're entitled to your opinion.
What puts it up, really puts it over the top is he then defends it. Like there's a moment where some introspection.
I'm not even defending it. I'm saying the opposite. Do you hear what I'm saying? You're saying I'm racist. I'm saying I'm not racist. I'm not defending.
I'm not getting bogged down in your silly diversions.
I would like to invite you to not have a problem with black people dancing in Japan. I would like to offer that you should probably examine yourself.
Darling, we're not gonna kill you.
And ask yourself why you think the world needs to hear about your opinion of black people dancing in Japan. In fact, you know what I would encourage you to do is just smile and say, "Here's a guy having a good time."
Good. Okay, thank you for your advice.
Instead, you choose to highlight them as pests.
And why are you bringing this up?
Well, Teddy brought it up, and I decided to jump on a tangent.
And you're jumping on that tangent. Why?
To be honest, because I don't know what
Yeah, if you look at your Twitter page, they're full of them.
That's cool. I don't care at all.
Hey, Devin, it's kind of like when you walk into our rooms and call everybody anti-Semitic.
And you certainly are anti-Semitic.
We're now calling you a racist because you are a racist.
I don't care. I don't care one way or the
Yes,
other.
everyone knows that Devin is racist.
No, I'm not. But I don't care that you're calling me.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll let everyone judge for themselves.
Your receipts and your tweets.
Yeah, just imagine this, Teddy. Like, humor me this: of all the things a human being could post for the world to see on X, of all the things happening in the world, Devin chooses one topic, which is a black person.
No, I don't choose one topic.
Devin decides that the planet needs to hear.
Do I choose
That
one topic?
person is a pest.
Do I focus on one topic?
Things you could talk about in the world.
You focus
This
on
is
one
what
topic.
Devin chooses to use his character limit
You are
on
at
X.
least in this room.
Teddy, what do you think of that?
Well, we never mind what Teddy thinks. You are focused in this room on your anti-Semitic diatribe.
What did I say that was anti-Semitic?
Your entire thing is anti-Jew. You hate Jews. It's very simple.
What did I say? Or what behavior have I been showing that suggests that?
Well, first of all, you're trying to demonize the Jews in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Are you not?
Did I ever say the Jews when referring to the conflict?
Which country anywhere near them?
80% Jewish state. Only 20% is not Jewish.
Yeah. But it makes a great point, and the fact that they're essentially just like Arabs living in Middle Eastern the Israelis should not necessarily be separated from that as well. And I think that if they were completely secular, that would basically cancel out the lack of safety that Jews would have around the world. I think that they should be, and I talk to Jews in different parts of the world, talk to Jews up here,
Which one of those things,
who feel very unsafe these days.
Trash bag is actually a good object because it allows us to organize trash and remove old population.
By these people, but I know of multiple stories of people getting.
No, I'm just pointing out that you're talking over me.
Okay, thank you, Devin. So there's three things that I've done in this room. First of all, condemned Hamas. Okay.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You have not condemned Hamas.
Daniel, did I say condemned Hamas earlier, Daniel?
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Quite some time.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, shapeshifter.
Well, I am a shapeshifter.
That's your name.
You're just a shifty bastard.
It is. Oh, it's the angry Scotsman.
Listen to me. I've heard you in multiple spaces talking about Ziles. And don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
The role of interrupting is just to prevent information. It's just the way Charles Kirk was.
I'm gonna bring you up again, Shifter, when you have some comments to say. He's left. Of course,
course he has. You're 100% right, Evan. This piece of shit, and I'll say it, and I would have said it to his face as well, goes into rooms, talks about Zionists and the Zionists and the Zionists that. People have pointed this out to him before that he's talking about Jews. Most Zionists are Jews. The majority of Zionists in the world are Jews. This guy holds absolute remorse for Jews. And I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Anyway, listen, I pinned something to the top. This was last night in the Gaza Strip. Hamas executing Palestinians, seemingly for probably stealing food or something. 3 of them were tortured and executed on a street in the Gaza Strip. And I think everybody should look at it. This is the brutality of Hamas. And people need to realize who they're dealing with.
They won't even show their faces.
I think today is about the Palestinians, you know? I think that's it.
Yeah, Palestinians. That's so funny, man.
Today is about the Palestinians. It's not about Hamas. It's not about the IDF.
Hamas are the Palestinians, you idiot.
Hamas are the Palestinians.
What makes today about the
So now the Hamas are not Palestinians. That's interesting.
No. The same way, you know, all Americans.
The Jews are IDF.
The same way.
We treat all the Jews like the IDF,
Yeah, the same way the NBA All-Star team are not all Americans. Do you know what I mean? Even though all the NBA, they're all Americans, but all Americans are not in the NBA All-Star team. Do you know what I mean? So no, they're not all. All the Palestinians are not Hamas. Do you know what I mean? So this day is about.
No, I don't know what you mean. No, Palestinians are Hamas.
Right, so I'll break it down.
To break it down. Fine, thank you.
around the world and we hunted down the Nazis.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the world has recognized Palestine as a state. And this is a momentous day.
Four countries.
Not four today.
And what's that going to do for everything?
Well, one of them was the one that recognized Israel in the first place. So,
how can you recognize a state that has no international borders, that has no primary president, has no currency? Absolutely, of course it does. Internationally recognized borders.
Does it have concrete borders? Can you tell me?
Yes, absolutely. You tell me where they are, because you seem to know more than me.
Israel is one of the few states without that hasn't confirmed its actual borders.
Oh, really? Is that right? Tell me. So how does that work then?
So if I walk, I can just walk and like until well, like.
So they haven't.
You're a fucking clown, man.
Hold on.
I know a lot about borders. Tell me where Israel doesn't have borders.
Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT because I'm not an intellectual.
You know something? Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
What are you afraid of?
Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
I'm about to have my first.
Clearly you're good at it.
ChatGPT is only good as the site said it scrapes. It's not a knowledge source.
Can I read it out? At least just what it says. We can just read it off. It's a robot, right? Probably it's not that clever, right? So this is what the robot says, right? This is what the robot says. I asked the robot, Israel has concrete, solid borders. It says, Israel doesn't have
my name is George Deanhart. Welcome to Politics on the Prairie. We have
in the sense of a universally recognized.
Hello, my name is George Deanhart. Welcome to Politics on the
Kabbalah.
Now, this is
Security zones and disputed territories.
Kabbalah is unwritten.
So I mean,
Kabbalah, I don't misunderstand it. The Kabbalah is unwritten.
You have the original and
That's quite interesting.
what say
I go on the other define border or not.
Well, I just asked the robot. I don't know. Robots can be wrong, robots can be right. Well, how do we feel about what the robot says?
Just enable action rather than.
I just keep hearing this people first.
The robot. I don't want to say.
Robots just scraping internet websites, so.
I don't know. It's just what the robot says.
Everybody had a across the
They say at the end though, as a phone, it says, "Do you want me to map out the different scenarios of what Israel's quote air quote final borders could realistically look like?"
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but what we do know is today, Britain, Australia, and Canada recognise, and Scotland, I believe. Shout Scotland.
Something independent of the United Kingdom.
Shout out Scotland.
You know what I think is really funny? I think it's actually really funny.
Alex,
I actually, yes, United Kingdom on international.
Why are you working so hard?
International issues, the United Kingdom deals for the whole of the United Kingdom. What I think is actually quite funny is that people like Grizzlies were obsessed with the fact that I was born in Scotland, 58 years old and haven't lived in Scotland for probably the last 30, 40 years now. In fact, less than 40 years now. So I'm not Scottish. I don't regard myself as Scottish. The fact that the accent has stayed, but so what? It makes no difference. You, on the other hand, Aziz, are obsessed with the fact that I'm from Scotland. You seem to think it's like, it bothers me when you say that I'm from Scotland. It doesn't bother me. Absolutely makes no difference to me whatsoever. So, I think suits you, nothing. But that's besides the point. Your obsession with Israel and the Jews is quite fascinating as well. I don't understand the obsession, to be honest with you. In fact, I don't understand the majority of your obsession with Jews and with Israel. It's really quite fascinating to me.
I'm not obsessed with the Jews. I don't know.
Yes, you are. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is, man.
Why is the Jews obsessed with Palestinians?
Remember, okay, the United Kingdom has, yes, that very shameful thing. It's the comparison. But remember how the Westminster parliamentary system works. It can be rescinded, and I will be contacting my member of parliament and finding out what the fuck because that is the most shameful recent events in British history.
Are you going to contact Australia as well?
I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed to be British.
I think is it France soon as well? When's France doing it?
Well, France also in Paris. It's a matter of princes.
So I mean, is it just Britain you're going to contact? Are you happy with Australia doing it, or are you going to contact
Australia doing it, but we don't like that. Okay. If the king says stop it, Canada will stop it, and Australia will stop it.
Welcome to India. Speak on Palestinian rallies here in Sydney or anywhere. You just speak on those rallies. Jam the road all the time. Jamming the road. You don't have anything to do with it. Like a fucking cow mob. I'm not saying it means no one has an opportunity. No one has an opportunity. I'm saying what sometimes moves out a little harder. Sometimes they play. I think let's understand that the prescription for that is it's a generational issue. Right? So you need generational solutions. So there needs to be repair within black leadership. Black you can recognize there are people, there are a host of
It's moving in the right direction, so I'm not opinion.
There's no direction, it's like United Nations, it's a paper target.
Doesn't matter. Like once
141 countries put sanction on Israel, nothing's gonna happen.
Okay, hold on, let me ask you a question. So, you know those men that are identifying as women? Has it changed anything? They're still men, right?
Right.
So these people that are identifying Palestine as a state, what the fuck is it gonna do?
These are countries, brother. It's a big deal, man.
So what?
No,
What's it gonna do?
it's
not.
It's like when the UN says, like, they say, yeah, we have to make a proclamation. Nobody cares what
It can't shut down that narrative you guys have when they say, oh, Palestine is state,
If it makes you happy, so be happy with if it floats your boat. But on the ground is you don't have anything.
I mean, this what we like. Undeniably, Israel was recognized by Britain, and now Pakistan is recognized.
You know what? Let's recognize the UK as a Palestinian state.
Aziz, the difference is that Israel was de facto a country, and then when it was recognized, it became the country. Now with Palestine, it's a different thing. They basically say recognize a state that has no sovereignty, no borders, no nothing, and they also say only if Hamas will not rule over that country, while Hamas, if you do not voting within the Palestinian in Judea and Samaria and Gaza, get the majority of the votes. So it's a bit kind of like bizarre. Also, that the Pope parties always kind of claim, oh, Britain has no authority to decide who lives on this indigenous yet. And now they're like, oh my God, Britain is like so important that they acknowledge it.
But it's relevant to you, of course, right? Because you.
No, and the fact is, and this is what you need to understand. This is why I kind of did two things. There's de facto, right? And on de facto, it changes absolutely nothing. Even if anything, it kind of makes this thing even further away from reality. Because the unilateral recognition, it will not work, okay? And using it as a leverage against Israel just kind of shows that it was never meant to work.
But how can de facto is not a legal process? Like de facto is just by default, right? That doesn't mean.
De facto is what's happening actually in reality.
Oh yeah, but it has no standing in any legal structure. You know, when Britain recognizes you,
of course it does.
That was a treaty that was signed.
You know the entire thing about like
the UN says something, nothing signed.
Listen. Israel, for example, we have the Golan Heights. We control full Jerusalem. Now, not all countries recognize that the Golan Heights is ours. Not all countries recognize that Jerusalem is ours. Okay, for them, the Yura, meaning the legal status of Jerusalem, is that it's illegal or illegal, whatever they think. But de facto, the reality of the ground doesn't change. Even if the entire world will now decide that Israel, the Tel Aviv, should be renamed the Aziz City, you know, they can call it, but in reality, on the ground here, it will not change anything. This is what we're trying to do.
Reality, if not, like, I mean, you know, I could be sitting swinging on my chair thinking I'm the President of the United States. If the world doesn't think I am, then I'm definitely not the President of the United States.
No. It doesn't matter. No.
It's kind of how things work.
No. Let's say you have, let me give you, if you have like a $1 billion in your bank account, but the world does not believe that you have, it doesn't matter. You still have $1 billion in your bank account. Got it? Because that is technically you do. That is the reality.
No, we don't recognize your money, right? We just don't.
No.
May I ask you?
Okay. So basically, what's gonna happen is Israel is supposed to defend the country.
Hi, Danny.
It doesn't matter what Hamas says.
Did you bring home your new boyfriend to your husband?
They can make whatever
Did you
claim
bring
they
home
want.
your new boyfriend to your child?
Then it doesn't matter.
How's it going there in the home? Are you bringing peace? Or are you bringing chaos and wasting all your time on Clown House? You could be so much better than this, Danny. You're so much smarter than this. You could do so much more with your time.
Yeah, but you're so wrong. Now they have every right to attack Israel. Well, that's the thing. Even the Muslim countries around them, and now they have every right to attack them. They can't be the terrorists anymore because they're recognized, right?
It's a sovereign state. It's a sovereign state.
Yeah, it's a sovereign state, so you have no state. They're not terrorists.
Yeah, you have to respect their.
You have to respect them.
No.
By that logic, Afghanistan will also sovereign state in the bombing. Sovereignty doesn't mean anything. If somebody wants to do, they will do.
So what you're saying is, even if it's bad,
You have to be strong to protect your
so you
sovereignty.
don't mind being the bad.
Yeah, where was the UN when there was Russia and the US attacking Afghanistan back in the day? Where's the UN back?
Aziz, I'm Muslim, I'm not Jew, but I'm gonna ask you something simple because when Muslims say that this place belongs to us, so it's coming from your I'm something that we were here before. By that logic, Jews predate you.
My thing is not like who was here first, right? Because there were people here before the Jews were. Like Abraham came from Babylon. I don't care about that shit. What I think is, if you have a house somewhere
history.
I don't want to
What did the Romans do? What did the Greeks do? What did the Ottomans do? What did the British do? The French?
Yeah, they colonized the world.
So Pakistan actually created because by kicking out
that's terrible,
right?
Okay, so by your logic, then we should give back every single house that was ever taken from every single place for every single person. You know how stupid that sounds?
Right. That is why we have to. This is why post-1948 we have laws in place to account for this. I don't want to talk about fucking Mesopotamia and fucking Indus Valley civilizations. I don't care about that shit. Post-1948, the country sat together.
Okay, well you don't care about them. What about the people that were kicked out before 1948?
Right.
A lot of people in the U.S., the Native Americans.
Or after it's spoken to my father's church.
No, but this is someone talking.
No, so those people don't matter. But what you're talking about matters, right?
No, I'm asking you, what are you implying? Should we give?
No, I'm using your logic. You said the people that were picked out should go back in. So that means the U.S. should come out, and the Native Americans can own this land. Correct?
Due to the fact that Israel.
What? You made up an arbitrary year. You said anything after 1948 counts. Everything before 1948 doesn't count. So that means every single person that had land quote unquote taken away from them,
Therefore,
to give it back.
Well, it's not arbitrary, David. The country sat around.
Okay, but you're making that arbitrary date.
There was World War II, and after that they sat around and faced each other as diplomats and looked at each other in the eyes and said, okay,
Why are we even, guys, hold on. Why are we even talking about, before, about 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago? No, hold on, and I have the mic. So why are we talking about October 7th, and how could anybody normal in the world even feel sorry for the Palestinians?
Dr. Adams was correct when he kept talking about young white male straight shooters. Turns out it was a fully trans overboard. Brain rot is real trans violent and every major city processes and results on Hinge and Bumble.
After watching the brutality, the little 5-year-old, that his whole family got murdered.
The tyrant dies and Israel is over. The martyr dies.
Elders, the kids were taunting and laughing at him. How could anybody feel sorry for the brutality and the horrific acts, and then see that we?
Okay, this is President Trump's house. This is Matt Cool's room. We are Charlie Kirk live stream and is live streaming it up.
Charlie was not silenced. His movement is only beginning. The voices of millions globally have been awakened, furthering his cause a mission far beyond anyone's comprehension. We won't cower in fear. We will never surrender. We are resolved to live free from lies and seek out what is true. We will respectfully, boldly challenge what is accepted by culture in order to seek out what is true and acceptable to God Almighty alone. To everyone here today, live free. True freedom is not found in doing whatever we want, but pursuing Christ and doing what is right. In Charlie's words, get married. Have more children than you can afford. Build a legacy. Pass down your values. Pursue the eternal. Seek true joy. Charlie led by example. It's not only seen in the incredible wife, Erica Kirk, his 2 beautiful children, the legacy he built, his values, his love of God, and true joy he found in his Savior, Jesus Christ, but in countless people, especially young people like Elizabeth.
Danny is a young Jewish woman with some marital problems at home. You got no peace in the home because you're not bringing wisdom into the home. You're bringing mind virus into the home, and your husband's bringing mind virus into the home. Pick up the Tanya, read the Tanya, 60-second clips, read it here on Clubhouse, and you'll eliminate the brain rot inside of you. And you'll have more peace in your home, and you'll bring intelligence back into your home. And you'll bring beauty back into your home. El Normo, welcome to the room. My El Normo can bring good advice about peace in the home. He's been through divorce. He knows.
Oh my goodness.
El Normo's a good man for advice. You may think he's not good at giving advice, but El Normo, you've got great wisdom.
Yeah, I would rather do that. I don't have to be married, right? Because I'm not.
Listen, whatever your situation is, it really doesn't matter. You need to bring books back into your life, Danny, and all your situational problems will resolve because a lot of it is psychological. So a book is a great way to unravel, uh, the situation you're in.
Everything is psychology.
Yeah, and Tanya deals with
Okay, I was trying
emotions.
to think of what you would say, You always say the same thing about life. Like you have that quote about hypnosis, and I couldn't think of it, and it drove me crazy.
Listen, when I say hypnosis, what I'm really saying is education.
No,
Because
you say
education is
communication is
hypnosis.
hypnosis. Did I remember? Is that the quote? What's the quote?
Okay, Danny, welcome to what I call book club. I'm not just going to tell you or give you advice. I'm going to show you.
Alan.
All right, anybody else in the room want to come up on stage and say anything to Danny? Because we're about to join the book club where we read Tanya. Okay, going back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So anyways, we work 24/7. He would tell every supporter of ours between me and him we were a team that was never off the clock. Full coverage. I would usually stay until 2 or 3 in the morning, working on the next big Turning Point USA project, and text Charlie reports of what our team that day had accomplished. It was like this every day. Work, report, and wait to see my text messages to Charlie flip from delivered to read as soon as he woke up on the East Coast so he could be firing away feedback, thoughts, and a flurry of brilliant Charlie Kirk ideas as soon as he opened his eyes. I'm not kidding you, this was every single day. And all it takes is 2 dudes to dream up big stuff and talk each other to really insane ideas, which Charlie and I did often to one another. We would go back and forth with those ideas, perfecting them, turning into bigger, more insane.
Sacrifice.
What's that?
Stop the child sacrifice.
I know, that's not exactly it. I said, hang on, Aziz. What I said is that Hamas is sacrificing their children. Hang on. Well, you should, because we're fighting a war with them. I said, hang on, Aziz. Calmly, don't get all freaked out. I can see how frightened you are, because you get faster and faster when you talk. You stop catching your breath. Your breath gets shallow. I can hear it. So statement number 1, I know, sometimes the facts are hard to hear. I don't blame you. I said,
well, I live in England. We don't agree.
Calmly, Aziz. Don't freak out, man. This is just talk. Don't lose your shit. So you're going to have to change your underwear. I said Hamas is sacrificing their children, didn't I?
Change my diaper.
Say that? I said Hamas is sacrificing their children, and that we're going to stop them. Did you hear that part? Or did you miss it?
So
wait, did you hear that part, Aziz? Aziz, calmly. Don't freak out like a little...
No, I have a question.
Did you hear that part first?
No, yeah, you're not video.
Hang on, calmly.
No,
Hang on, Aziz.
Well, we have
You hear me say, hang on, Aziz. Don't get all like the
You sound terrified.
You're all quivery now. You're all quivery, and it's a little bit embarrassing as a man to see another man peeing in his reality hasn't changed in a week. So I said Hamas is sacrificing their children. Now, where's the evidence of that? Well, the woman that you just mentioned, hang on, Aziz, hang on. You're interrupting a lot, I guess because this stuff is hard to hear. I don't blame you. It's hard to hear. But if they weren't sacrificing their children, they could have allowed the children into the tunnels, couldn't they have? Wouldn't that have saved that Habiba's life if she had been allowed to take shelter in a tunnel? Because she's a civilian non-combatant. But how did she get killed? Hamas hid behind her, didn't they, Aziz? So who's responsible for sacrificing their children? That would be Hamas, wouldn't it be, Aziz? Right? 500 kilometers of tunnels and no children allowed down there? Not one? Is that outrageous? No civilians allowed down there? Not one? Is that not outrageous? So let's compare and contrast. In Israel, Arab, Israeli, Jew, Baha'i, Yazidi, Samaritan, Druze, everybody is allowed into the safe rooms. In Gaza, nobody is allowed into the safe rooms. How do you explain that, Aziz? Put your answer in the chat. Go ahead. He's still here.
He just left.
He freaked out?
Oh, he just went off.
This stuff is tough to hear. I don't blame him. He's like
The truth that Australia actually recognized it. They did. On 21st September.
They did, and Canada.
What is this now? What are you saying now about Australia and Canada? They recognize Palestine as a state, but I also know a kid. I also know a kid. 100%. I know a kid in my daughter's school that she considers herself a cat, and the school recognizes her. But we all know she's not a fucking cat. Yeah. And I also know men that identify as women, but we know that they're not. They're still men, so they can identify and be recognized as such. But as long they never are. That doesn't make it true.
Yeah, on the ground is not going to count. It's not going to count.
Believe in angels. A lot of people believe in angels and ghosts, and that's fine. It is, but that doesn't make angels and ghosts real. Where is this Palestine? Who's the president? Gail doesn't know. St. Elmo doesn't know.
No, I'm actually saying it doesn't actually count. Whatever you just recognize, it doesn't count on ground.
Hang on a second, man. Hang on. It doesn't matter if they don't have a government?
What is it? It was before in 1948. It didn't exist in any map for the last 2,000 years.
That's not true. I'm not talking about maps now. Wait, it was always there. I'm not talking about maps. Hang on, Gail. Hang on, see. I'm not talking about maps. I'm not talking about 1948. In 1948, right around the same time, actually late 19th century, Greece was created. It was a reconstitution of ancient Greece. Right around that time, Ireland was created. It didn't exist before. Pakistan was created in 1947. It didn't exist before. Germany was divided in two in 1945. That hadn't been done before. Hawaii became a part of the United States. That hadn't been true before. Alaska became part of the United States. Alaskans are Americans now. That didn't exist before. The fact that things change is not a contradiction of reality. It's an affirmation of reality. What did you want to say, St. Elmo?
That thing
I think Bangladesh also got created.
St. Elmo, your name is not St. Elmo.
Bangladesh also got created. It never existed, yeah.
Say that again?
Bangladesh also got created, in the...
I can't hear that first word.
Hey, Mom.
You look so cute doing your little jaggedy jig. I could eat you up.
Oh, wow. I'm a buttercup.
Samantha sent it to me and I can't stop playing it. You also look so fit and you look so happy doing your little jig.
That's not me. That's AI software. I'm not actually dancing.
No way.
Yeah, that's a computer that...
Get out.
Yeah, that's why I sent it.
That looked like your body.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You
Come
upload
on,
it.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm not making this up. You upload a picture and it'll create a video for you.
I just made a big bucket of chicken soup. Wish you were here.
Get all that
I smelled
bone
like chicken
marrow.
soup. Fall is in the air. There was chickens at the store, and they were the one that I picked up was dated today. So the butcher was right there loading the cases, and I said, "What do you say you discount this chicken that goes bad by tomorrow?" "Certainly," he says. He says, "How much would you like to pay for it?" So I said, "It's $10. I'll pay $6." He says, "You got it." How do you
Deal.
like that?
Deals. Deals
Yeah.
and deals.
I have noticed that they're not like sticking stickers on stuff saying special or something like that. They're not notifying people that stuff is dated. They want you to walk out with it. So you gotta be careful that way. So I went to this great big dance. Albuquerque had an outdoor international music festival last night, and this one woman who was from Brazil, whoa, she wanted to wind up the crowd, and she said that every 23 minutes in Brazil, a Brazilian gets killed. She says she's got a pending visa. She's been waiting a year so far. She wants to get into the U.S. I'm like, I don't want you here. Check you out. She was a lesbian. She admits to being a lesbian. But what a forceful bitch.
Well, she was a musician?
She seemed dangerous to me.
She was a musician?
Yeah, good one too.
Oh.
Very good. Good singer. She was the only, there was only 3 players. One was a white drummer, so he probably came from Albuquerque and, rounded out her little trio. But she's the only one that got people up dancing. The other band didn't sing. They just played these really cool electric, it was like a great big bowl with strings. Something I'd never seen before. Anyway, it was nice. My neighbor and I went together. He's the same age as I am. One month younger. And real fit guy. Hey, that body on your AI had you looking real fit.
Mom, it's a video, okay? But I gotta get to work and get to the gym. So what else is important that you want to talk about?
Just wanted to also remind you and extend, if you still wanted to come just for a couple of days, Farron's coming now for 2 days. Maybe you want to come.
Well, I would just put that as a
I
tentative
got a ticket
no.
for you.
Oh, I know. I'm just telling you that as of now, it's a tentative no. I just can't logistically do it, so I would have to mark me down as a no on that RSVP note. I apologize.
Okay.
But I will say that for Thanksgiving or Christmas, that would probably be when I'd be able to fly down there.
That would probably just be you and I then, because Sam, I know, is having her mother-in-law and her husband and the kids are going to the Ellensburg. What the hell was that? Going to the Ellensburg house. So you would just be here with me, which would be fine.
Yeah, that's probably when I'd be able to do it.
That's the worst time in the world to travel, Dan.
Well, I don't know. Christmas and Thanksgiving in Albuquerque is pretty nice. I'd be happy to get out of Chicago.
Well, that's true. I never forgot that stinking trip we went to San Diego and couldn't get back, or I couldn't get back for 2 days.
Mhm.
That was frightening.
Yeah, traveling can cause increased stress levels. Big
What do you
time.
think of Trump putting that $100,000 entry fee for foreign countries coming over here to work?
Yeah,
You like
good.
it?
Yeah, good. Tax them because these corporations are getting away with tax evasion.
Right. I love that. That was a good one. And today's a big memorial. You might find it on Live Now. Trump attended Arizona Memorial for Charlie Kirk.
Mhm.
You know, that guy was a real inspiration to the young people to motivate their thinking one way or the other. He gave them platform information to study their own opinions, and that was very valuable to have a person willing to do that to help our college students out. I feel very bad about that. How do you feel?
Yeah, he was murdered by a deranged, brain rotted out young person who, I think it's directly because of cell phones and all these platforms that can brainwash you. I thank God that I grew up basically. I remember when I got my first text message, and it was just this, you had to push the button 3 times to get to the letter. So think about how communication has changed. The ability to really brainwash, demoralize, and rot out somebody's soul and destroy their life. It can be delivered to you in the palm of your hand through your cell phone. There's no other way to get the virus. It's a mind virus. Many young men.
That's a good way of putting it. Mind virus.
It is a mind
and
virus.
They can spend useless hours researching the darkest caverns they can go.
Yeah, people.
And radicalizing a lot of these kids. The parents started them out with cell phones. Look at the age range who are committing all this deliberate issues. Steering the U.S. down. As a matter of fact, those people are no longer contributors to our society. Now we get to pay to have them rot in jail. Right? I hope they give that kid the death penalty to finally waken. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call. I'm not sure. Maybe more states will start putting the death penalty together.
Well, they really need to start regulating cell phones and the information that people are consuming on them. There's all these apps, like, you probably don't know what these companies are, but the young kid who shot Charlie Kirk was radicalized on an app called Discord.
Saw that.
Yeah, also Telegram. So there's just a lot of extremist groups on those apps on the left and the right. And it can polarize somebody and make them extremely fearful and extremely angry and radicalize somebody to commit murder. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. So.
Yeah. Did you see that his weapon was an antique?
Yeah.
I wonder where he got his hands on that.
It was his
parents
grandfather's.
probably know.
It was his grandfather's.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he kept writing in text messages to his gay lover boy back at home saying, I don't know how I'm going to explain this to my father. I don't know how to explain this to dad, because, like, he's just a kid, and, but he knew he was screwed because, he lost the gun. So his dad and his grandfather would have known it was him.
Well, what did he want to explain to his father that he couldn't do it?
No, he was gonna try to keep it a secret, but he unfortunately lost the rifle. He couldn't recover it, and so his, alibi would have been blown.
Oh.
He tried to
Why
carry it.
couldn't he recover it? He told his boyfriend where it was.
Well, you'll have to read the letter. I don't really want to discuss it with you right now, but if you take the time to listen and do some research and find the articles, you can listen to it all. I don't have it in front of me to read to you. But anyways, that's my schedule, but the campaign here is going good. We are over 700 signatures now, so there's a good chance we get on the ballot in March.
How many do you need?
700.
Oh, you're there.
Yep, we're there.
Can't hurt to get a few extra, huh?
Yeah, if I could get another 700, that is probably what it would take to effectively beat any challenge to the signatures.
What about going to the train platform where people leave from every day?
Yep, I've heard of these things called trains, but there's a calendar in Rockford of all their major events for September, October. So I need to review that calendar and drive up there. I'm probably gonna rent a car because the last time I drove my car on the highway, it was rattling really badly. So, plus my battery died the other day at Superdog, and this car is nothing but a 24-year-old deteriorating problem. So I don't feel comfortable driving there in it and getting back safely. So I'm gonna.
Well, maybe you just need to know a total look over,
Yeah, I've had new brakes put on, I had new tires put on, and I told the guy, he's like, your tires probably aren't secure enough, so I need to bring it back in. But for me, I just want to do like a 24-hour trip, so I can rent a car for 2 days, get a hotel room or an Airbnb, and myself, I can get 100 signatures, and I have to pick up the petitions from the girl that I've been paying who's been working for me. And she's going to Minnesota on Tuesday, Wednesday, so I want to get there tomorrow before she goes on her trip, because who knows, maybe I'll never see her again and not get the petitions that she's worked so hard to get. So yeah.
Okay, I'll let you concentrate. Just thought you were really cute in that little campaign.
That's
video.
the point.
Cute.
That's the point, to be funny, to be cute, to be nice, to be kind, but to use technology for communication, because people's attention spans are 3 seconds. That's it. That's all you get. It's 3 seconds with somebody. After that.
Here's where it appealed to me. You bothered to put your tight shirt and tight pants on to show off your efforts, and you were rewarded from all your workout, and you had a happiness in your face, and your little kind of like toe dance, you were a little bit light on your feet, so you must have been somewhat on your toes.
It's a video that I didn't actually do that, right? I've already told you, it's a picture, you upload a picture, and then it creates a video. So that's not me dancing, that is an AI video. Watch it again closely and you'll say, you know what? That is obviously not him. That is a video creation done by a computer at Google.
Well, don't change your happiness on your face.
I get it.
I was charmed by.
I get it, but next time you watch it, you'll see it. You'll say, oh, I see it now. This isn't real.
I even like the background. Did you create the background at least?
It's a little bit like my background, but I can send you the picture that I used to create that video.
No, I like what I saw.
How did you get it? Did Samantha text it to you?
Yeah, she sent it to me this morning when I woke up. There it was.
So wait, what's your cell phone number that I can text you at?
Cell phone number? No, don't do it to the cell phone, because the little postage stamp size screen, you can barely see anything in it.
Oh, I understand.
Is that what you mean?
No, I was saying, how did...
her cell phone.
No, did she email you? That's how you got the video, right? She emailed you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she text messaged you.
No, no. It looked like it came from YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. She's not leaving today. She leaves tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
And she's driving with this male that Farron probably hired to drive with her to Nevada.
I mean, you kind of
And then
make.
she'll drop him
You
off
think
at
you
the
think he
airport.
hired somebody to drive with her?
My guess is who would do that without getting paid? I believe he's a fishing guide. Because she's never drove that thing. And Farron wants to make sure she gets a few miles under her belt and feels comfy.
Oh, I see.
That's my guess.
Got it.
I think it was a generous idea of him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so crazy
Then
to have
he's
such a
probably
big.
flying them home on his dime too.
Oh wow.
I know.
All right. Well, be kind and be loving, and kindness and loving will be returned to you when you meet them.
I do feel that way. I feel very always ready to assist and with kindness in the heart.
Well, do you remember what happened at your house in Grand Junction when Samantha was crying and screaming, and you two got in a physical fight, and she stormed off and left your house?
Oh no, that wasn't true. That was Shlomo. Samantha was engaged with Shlomo's anger. Samantha actually left Shlomo after that because of how he treated me. Sam and I did not have a fight.
No, you
It
two.
was all Shlomo's rage.
No, she got up in your face crying and screaming, and I think you may even have put your hand on her throat, but she left.
No.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't look at Samantha as just Samantha anymore. She's transmutated into a different creature known as Samarin, which is a combination of Samantha and Farron. Her new name is Samarin. So just remember, you are no longer just dealing with your daughter. You're dealing with a new creature, a combined person, two people in one known as Samarin. So just remember that you're no longer just addressing your daughter. You are addressing a double identity known as Samarin. That's the way I look at people when they get married. You have to treat them
You're
differently
right.
now.
You're right. And I really actually never thought I'd even see him but for a brief moment because I'd never even sat down with the guy and had a conversation. I think he was avoiding me at all costs by continually keeping himself occupied and away from Samantha's and my visit. So I never even talked to him. But one thing he did say is that I did a very good job raising Samantha. And I said, well, it's your job now. Please don't mess it up.
Yeah, well, I mean.
You kids are doing pretty good, I gotta say.
Well,
Very fortunate
I'm
that
just.
it's the era that I had you.
What I'm trying to tell you is, this is a big thing for Samantha. So if you have to humble yourself and eat a little dirt, and zip your mouth, and just be a pleasant person, and just be a hostess. Like there's no need to try to crack an egg, or even have a conversation. This isn't like Jeannie's hour of power here. I mean, bring him in, take him out. No need to create any drama. That's all I'm saying is, why create drama when there's no need to have drama? If somebody else is going to create drama and you're going to pick up that mind virus, that's a you problem. You have to basically, I'm just saying, I'm sure things will go well, but I'm just saying, based off of my observations, there does seem to be a tendency, for Samantha
to protect her.
Yeah, that she can get upset over something. And the thing is, it's about, you gotta understand, you're very strong and a centered person, but you can be too intense, and you can talk too much,
I get you.
and you can
I'm
scream
gonna
too
ask
much.
her about that Shlomo thing.
Yeah, you can bring it up. She might look back on it now and say, "Yeah, that was a me problem, and I'm sorry that I got so upset with you." And but you know, she
I'm
was.
not looking for any apologies, but I do remember when she got back to LA, she broke up with because of that incident. Well, it's not just that incident. It was because of his control
Mhm.
and manipulation. I'm thankful she got away from that guy.
Yeah.
So is she.
These are this it all works itself out. You know, I never even wanted to have an opinion because you just observe and you wait and see, and you observe and you wait and see, and then you know, people's attitude and their character and their communication always out somebody. It's always
Right.
what they say and how they say it, which either makes it or breaks it.
Agreed. That's very good. What do you call it? Theory or philosophy?
Yeah, it's people's words matter. How they say it, when they say it, what they're saying. I mean, he was nothing but disrespectful and obnoxious every time I ever observed him around you. He was never polite or courteous or, you know, overly thankful or just pleasant. He was always, why the fuck did you put the non microwavable plastic in the fucking microwave? You know, it's like,
No, wait a minute. Here's a better one. Everybody was seated to start passing the dishes around, and I was finally through with bringing it all into the dining table. Remember we sat on a picnic table?
Mhm.
Just as I threw my leg over that picnic bench and I had lowered myself, he says, could I get him a cup of tea? And I said, sure, you can get yourself a cup of tea. I was not getting up for that motherfucker. I gave him that nice coach out, brand new carpet on the floor. His dogs ate the rolls. Remember the rolls? I think Linda had put the rolls in that mud room. Remember when you came in, you'd have to go pass through that mud room before you came in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Linda put the rolls out there, and his dogs were out there, and they ate the crown off of every single roll. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That was a tight little garage. I couldn't believe how incredibly condensed it was going up and down that little spiral staircase.
What crap is she talking about?
In his backyard, where him and
Oh,
Samantha
God,
were.
yeah. That was frightening, wasn't it?
It was wild. It was, you know, it felt very California, I guess, but it was so tight. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he had to go straight up because you didn't have enough footage on the floor to put an angled staircase up. Maybe you know what he should have done? Built on the outside, sort of like a little cabinet, and put the staircase on the outside. And then you'd come back into the inside once you were at the top.
God, you know, he had that storage container in the backyard, and he was paying.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He was paying monthly for that fucking piece of metal in the backyard. I was like, why the hell would you pay for this shit monthly? Are you, you know, some people are really, you know, they
you know
love
why
their
I think
tools.
he might
I
have
don't
done
know.
that? Because he got it in there. It was gonna be risky getting it back out.
Yeah.
Remember how tight that alley turn was?
Yeah.
And it's possible he was holding out till they would sell it to him. Because it was ideal to keep it.
Yeah, 100%.
He could have used it as a garage too. He could have taken the doors off on the inside of the yard and closed them at the back side of the yard, put a roll down door on that. Would have made a nice little, no, it wasn't little, was it? It was big.
Well, anyways, enough about the past. Anything else you want to talk about that's important?
No, just pretend you're throwing your arms around me and let me melt inside your chest.
My little buttercup.
Thank you.
All right.
My big buttercup.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Love you. Have a great Saturday, or what is it? Sunday or Saturday now?
Sunday
Sunday.
today.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, gotta go to UPS and send a box back.
Okay. Have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Johnny.
Okay. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
My little buttercup. Oh, little buttercup. Oh, little buttercup. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Shavua Tov.
Remember, I know you recorded my room right now, but you need to please delete it because my friend by accident said some personal info about me and it could be a big problem for me.
Well, I'm not actually recording the audio of the room. I'm just recording the video of the room, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
No problem. Okay.
Like Somalis, would like to have a room open for him. That'd be great because
That's good. Yeah, AK, you wanted up. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to add ADHD, so I just like being able to speak.
You just like being able to speak?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want to speak about?
Nothing yet. I'm just waiting for some dialogue.
Oh, you just want to have a chance to speak?
Yeah, just if I have like if we're prepared, then that's fine.
Gail, you coming up? I don't want to be yelling, man. Honestly, Gail, you come up, we'll still talk normal. Because I was in the room with you the other night and we actually talked normal, so I don't know why we do that in this space. We start screaming, so please. Okay, how's everybody's day going so far?
As we think about the loss of our friend and partner, Charlie Kirk. But did you hear a political figure last week saying that Charlie Kirk was ignorant because he didn't have a college degree? I've seen him run circles around people with college degrees. You know, I wonder if that political figure realizes that most of learning in life comes outside the classroom. And I am delighted to see the young people of our land merging with the older people like me and moving in the same direction and understanding that our nation was founded upon the kind of principles that allowed us to rise from nothing.
We need to stop stressing about your move for good.
Including our Judeo-Christian beliefs that our...
No, but what was her point to Charlie?
The fact that she didn't want to have an abortion, even though her father was the father of her brother and her son.
Yeah, that was one of the.
But the point was that she didn't want to have an abortion because she felt life was more important, regardless of how it happened, because it was from a grace of God.
Right, yeah, Charlie makes that point frequently when people try to debate him on the point of abortion, and they say, well, you're not even against abortion in the case of rape or incest, which, you know, the vast majority of Americans are for the option of abortion for those reasons, but, you know, that's his point.
I disagree with you 100%.
Okay, but I'm not making that point, I'm just saying, okay, are you not listening to what I'm saying? I'm not making that argument, I'm just saying that was something that Charlie would be frequently criticized for because he has a position that abortion is wrong in all cases except where maybe there's a carve out for the life of the mother being imminently in danger, but he says that issue even is overblown incredibly, and a lot of times when doctors
doctors will do an abortion, saying the life of the mother is in danger. He's saying that's not actually the case. There are provisions they could take to. So anyway, so he's extreme in the pro-life position as far as, aligned with the vast majority of Americans. But so she was there to validate his perspective, I imagine.
Dude, I heard the chick that Planned Parenthood died.
So, can I ask a question? What exactly is Ben Carson's role as far as the Trump administration today?
I don't think anything. He was in the last Trump administration.
Yeah.
Is he reading off his phone?
I mean, he sounds horrible.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's enacting a very impactful message, but at the same time, it's like he just sounds very mechanical, very robotic. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but
You don't sound like a faggot like you.
I'm glad that Ben Carson did not become president.
Well, he's not a wonderful speaker, but the term brain surgeon is literally synonymous with genius. It's literally used in English to compare you to a genius. And among brain surgeons, he is regarded as perhaps the greatest brain surgeon. In other words, the greatest genius of this genius profession of all.
I thought he became a great director of HUD, like housing unit development. I thought he was great with that job.
Yeah, that's an administrative position. But how many brain surgeons do you know? I don't know any.
And then
I would tell you, that guy, I met him when I was 17 years old. Inspired me so much to go to fucking college and not to be out here in the streets when I met him.
This guy comes from the project.
To that field.
He comes from the project.
Yeah, I mean, this dude, he was cool as shit going over to Baltimore.
Got the kid who hit him in the belt buckle when he was in 6th grade.
My friend profiled him like 20 years ago for ABC Networks and something called Hopkins 24/7 before he was ever political. And he pioneered a surgery which a little kid had brain cancer, and he cut the kid's brain in half because he
hemispherical dissection.
Yeah, can you let me finish?
So I know he's participating, maybe had a drink. So the half that remained compensated for the missing half. The kid had a normal life with half a brain, because at that age, brain development was so unformed in this kid that the remaining hemisphere compensated for the whole thing.
Well, as long as you leave like the reptile brain, like the pons, the brain magnum where the spinal cord comes up in, and then like you still leave like the integumentary system with like the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and like the pituitary gland, so you're still able to have normal function. The brain will compensate. I agree.
Serendipity, check your Telegram, please.
Okay. Anna Polina Luna, she's a congresswoman.
I mean, Ben Carson is a good embodiment of the
8
truth
years,
that
like a few years ago,
medicine and science
were
are
false.
not antagonistic to God and closeness to God and religion and Christianity and love of God and family and all of those very simple, traditional, eternal human values.
I'm sorry, could you just repeat that?
Lucy was regarded as one of the best, if not the best, believe it or not. I said, Ben Carson is an embodiment of the truth that medicine, knowledge, science is not antagonistic to God, to a belief in God, to godliness, to Christianity, to the eternal values that we get from religion. Because he's both godly and a medical surgical genius.
Yeah, but he's not a good public speaker. I'm sorry.
I guess not. Okay, well, you
He's
can't.
not. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You know, when you look at the likes of, Barack Obama, or you look at the likes of, Donald Trump, it's kind of one of those things where there's a certain execution of speech that makes the sentiments resolute and, succinct. I just don't think that Ben Carson has that type of execution. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, if anyone remembers the debates during the 2016 election cycle, there was one of the Republican debates where he just froze in the camera like a deer in the headlights, and Trump sort of like patted him on the back like, "You're right, buddy," or something like that. It was very awkward, but
But that was the problem that led to, like, I've been to Democrats since '97,
sir.
and Biden was the incumbent.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move you. No, you can stay. I'm just gonna move you to the audience for a minute. But I never understood why Ben Carson, being the brain surgeon, was then made the director of housing and urban development. Did he? I remember like thinking that was odd at the time.
I understand that as well. Like, I would have thought that his more appropriate role would have been health secretary.
Yeah, I mean, did he have any experience in housing and urban development, or?
I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think that he did. I mean, anybody would arguably question the fact that maybe perhaps that was a DEI appointment, to be able to mitigate and control, minority usage of government-led programs. I mean, I'm just being very honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember having that thought at the time. It's like, did he just put this brain surgeon in housing and urban development because he's black for the optics? Was what I thought.
Well, and then there's also, the whole background. You know what I mean? As far as, perhaps he had a certain experience, in that realm, for which that his expertise in the proper execution and meticulous analysis of certain constructs could have rendered his more social experience and personal experience very valuable to that field. But looking at it from a political, optical perspective, I feel like, he definitely probably would have been very well qualified based on, accolades and academics, to ascend into a position of the healthcare secretary. I mean, that in my personal opinion would have been like Trump first term wish list. Especially during the pandemic, especially during the pandemic.
I don't know, man. Carson was raised in the projects of Detroit. I don't see anybody that can understand.
That's why I offered up that explanation as an alternative, right? Because again, maybe perhaps through his experience and also his attention to detail, numbers, analytics, and I couldn't agree with you more.
Is this Pacific on stage now? Who is this?
Yes, it's Jack Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay, since the stage is quiet, who asked the question about what impact Charlie Kirk had on us individually?
That was Sid.
All right.
Well, I think a lot of people are kind of watching commentary.
How did he impact you, Serendipity?
My daughter has a condition. She's a female, and she comes by her bleeding heart, honestly, from her mama. And, try as I might, that little bleeding heart of hers, was definitely tending to sway her to a lot of social justice or perceived injustices. And she stumbled across Charlie Kirk. And that changed her perspective on everything. So that's how Charlie Kirk impacted me personally the most.
Was there one issue or perspective that he had that